Heavy downpours caused flooding in low-lying neighborhoods in Broward County. Quick and heavy rain made for some fast flooding in parts of Broward Wednesday morning. With the rain being stationary, multiple flood advisories were issued for much of Broward, including areas like Davie, Plantation, Fort Lauderdale, Lauderhill, Pompano Beach, and Pembroke Pines. Some areas received well over 3 inches of rain, causing significant flooding on the roadways. Southern parts of Broward County are often susceptible to flooding, especially in low-lying areas. Traffic was at a crawl as Mother Nature dumped inches of rain within hours. Drivers tried to traverse the flooded intersections, slowly getting by. Cameras captured some of the high waters covering the roads near West Sunrise Boulevard and Northwest 7th Avenue. There were also reports of high water on the roadways along North Federal Highway near Commercial Boulevard. Other intersections merely received a few inches of standing water. But the rain came down long enough to cause trouble for drivers, business owners, and residents in the area. Judith DePan, who owns Kai Beauty Company, told local media this is the 3rd time in 2 years that her business has flooded. I was with a client, we walked out of the room, and there was just water everywhere, to the point where I was like, I don't think you're going to be able to leave the store, said DePan. This, I want to say, is the 2nd or 3rd time in the past 2 years. DePan said the floods are a growing frustration and problem for her business. In Fort Lauderdale, I don't know what's going on. It's frustrating because of these random rainstorms in Fort Lauderdale. It's not like a hurricane where you can plan for. I had no idea this was coming. Ralph Rayburn hovered above Northwest 39th Avenue and 4th Place, off State Road 411, where city workers were seen surveying the area and preparing to pump the water off the roadway. We see several stalled cars in the area, said Rayburn. In Pompano Beach, many streets were not visible under inches of water, and stalled cars littered the roads. Anna Firestone's car was among those that flooded, but she told local media a Good Samaritan helped her out. Somebody always opens their heart to help somebody, so this is what we like in the Christmas, said Firestone. The Good Samaritan, Amy Bordy, saw a neighbor in need and was happy to help. She's just stuck here, so we just invited her in, said Bordy. She said it made her Christmas, said reporter Brandon Bayer. Yeah, well, we're talking about Jesus, and that's what Christmas is about, said Bordy. The local media captured another resident, John, helping clear debris off the drains to allow the water to leave quickly. But just as fast as the rain came, it went away. Eventually, the sun started to shine again, and the waters naturally began to recede off the roadway. Meanwhile, the gas station parking lot, slightly elevated, became a refuge for drivers trying to avoid the rising waters. At the scene, police officers were managing traffic while tow trucks worked to remove stalled cars. Sanila Sabovic spoke with the owner of the gas station who said the water rose as high as her car door. At one point, you couldn't see the curb, she said. The water covered the entire area from my side to the bank side. Traffic along Interstate 95 also came to a standstill near Sunrise Boulevard, where drivers had to navigate through heavy rain and reduced visibility. Flooding wasn't limited to commercial areas. Residents near Holy Cross Hospital on 40th Street were facing similar issues, with roadways looking more like rivers than streets. Residents in the Riverland Village neighborhood say flooding has become a persistent problem on their streets and properties every time it rains, and they are calling on city officials to address the issue. Yanalt James shared cell phone video frequent flooding in the neighborhood along 31st Avenue and 14th Street. The footage shows water covering the entire street and encroaching on nearby homes. Every time it rains, it's the same story, James said. James also said neighbors have repeatedly emailed Fort Lauderdale officials for help, but no action has been taken so far.